everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing start to your holiday week. I hope that, like me, you're planning on taking some time off between now and the new year. And unfortunately, at this time of year, it's not really the best time to get in the garden. But let's get on with our chicken and garden update, because while the weather has been unkind to us this week, and I'll explain more in a second, some plants are doing just fine. Check out the broccoli here. This broccoli is doing really well. I'm going to be having some of this at the weekend, I hope. We've been having some very basic meals this week for various reasons. We've been busy with one thing or another. But interestingly, and I know that this has been growing for the last couple of weeks, we have rocket. This is rocket that has been growing, that self-seeded last year. And I mean, it smells lovely. I haven't tasted any of it, but this is definitely rocket. You can tell by the shape of the leaves here. And I did actually, snap a leaf in half earlier to get a sniff. And I just find it really bizarre that the rocket, which has not been officially planted in this pot this season, it was actually planted last season, has actually just started growing again and is doing really well. But let me bring you to the meat of the matter today, which is, it has been so wet. You can see here the grass is in a nightmarish position, and I was hoping, in my calendar I had talked about, I was going to make a video about the fact that by the time you have watched this, we will have reached the winter solstice, and we will have had the shortest day in the northern hemisphere and the longest day in the southern hemisphere, and things will start going the other way. And traditionally, this is the time of the year when you plant garlic. You plant garlic on the shortest day. But because of the rain that we've had this week, well, let me show you. I'm just going to walk down here and show you, because it's been very, very wet, like torrential rain most of the week, and it's not been pleasant. Today is the first day in over a week where I've been able to be outside and not got drenched in a few minutes. Our dogs have made the whole of our house just filthy, and we have rubbed them down when they've come in from playing. I'm going to be cleaning the carpets this weekend. Let's just say that just before the Christmas holiday, I'm going to be cleaning the carpets. As you can see, moisture is absolutely everywhere. And I know if I try and put the garlic in the garden right now, well, it's just not going to grow. It's not going to be very happy. So I'm hoping that the rain that we've had in the last couple of weeks, we do have another storm coming. We've basically had successive storms, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And the problem is that a lot of the soil up here is very heavy, very clay soil, and it just gets like a quagmire. And I don't necessarily want to, A, be out here in torrential rain gardening, and B, necessarily want to put my garlic in the ground when it's that muddy and sodden. So I'm hoping that sometime over the Christmas holidays, maybe in the start of the new year, I'll be able to put the garlic in. As I said, traditionally you put it in on the shortest day and then you harvest it supposedly on the longest day. That's not necessarily how it works. It's never worked like that for me. I've come close a couple of times, but never really been able to do that. But you know, despite all of the rain, everything else is doing pretty well. I do have some sprout tops, I guess. The sprouts themselves haven't really grown per se, but you can see we do have some sprouts growing on here at last. So I might actually just come in and take these out and have those in a stew or something. I feel like I failed with my sprouts this year. It was a very good year for my strawberries, a very good year for raspberries, good year for carrots and onions. It was a good year for parsnips and potatoes. I still have parsnips in the garden. And it was a great year for the greenhouse. And we had zucchinis, we had pumpkins, we had all these great things. But we didn't have a good year for corn, we didn't have a good year for beans, and we didn't have a good year for our brassicas, other than the broccoli out the back that seems to be doing just fine. Ashley is now pretty much all done. She still has a few pin feathers. She's very cold and fed up. She is not laying quite yet, but she has made some kind of hints that perhaps she might be laying pretty soon. Meanwhile, everybody else is still stuck in here because of our recent bird attack. They are fed up. I think there's the only way of putting it. Charlie's fed up. The other hens are fed up. They are all still alive though, and I still think that that is a phenomenal thing. Given how dangerous that attack was, I think that we're really lucky that that one of them didn't get taken away. And I think some tenacity, as I said a couple of weeks ago on the channel, I think the tenacity of Charlie really saved the day. I've been reading some of the comments you made last week about my plans for in front of the greenhouse and how I want to put a proper border in, and you were very receptive to that. So I think I'm going to do that next year, as long as we stay here. Obviously, a lot of it does depend on politics and policies from the federal government and kind of day one executive orders and things. And I don't want to traumatize anyone on the channel, and I don't want to traumatize myself. So I'm going to leave that and not go any further in that particular discussion. But it is at least nice that we don't have a massive amount of rain right now. And despite the torrential downpours that we had this week, we had, I think, a little respite from rain on Monday when we filmed a review. And it literally was 10 minutes where it wasn't raining. So we were able to stand outside in the dry and film. And then when we were filming later in the day, it was raining again. When I was back at home and I was filming upstairs, it was raining again. So it's a bit frustrating, but it happens. Let's see if we have any eggs today. Do we have any eggs today? Unfortunately, we do not. We do have some poo, which I'm going to move because chickens poo when they sleep. And somebody has been sleeping in here. There you go. We're just going to make that nice and clean for you now. We have the fake eggs in there because the fake eggs are a great way of encouraging the hens to actually lay where they are supposed to lay. And they kind of get out of the practice when they stop to molt. They kind of forget about the whole egg laying thing. And then you have to retrain them in the spring. So that's something I'm not looking forward to doing, but it's something I will have to do at some point. Anyway, tell me what's going on as we head towards the end of the year for you. I hope the weather is good. Maybe you are in the Southern Hemisphere and you're having the holidays on a beach somewhere. Maybe you are spending all your time in the garden getting ready to harvest amazing amounts of fruit and vegetables that you've been growing over the summer. And now that we have reached the longest day for you guys in the Southern Hemisphere, you know, you're starting to think about, hey, I should start harvesting this and looking forward to the winter later on this year. I think it's very easy that we forget that half of the planet has summer while the other half has winter. We learn it in school, but I don't think a lot of us really grok it. So reminding ourselves of that fact is really important to me because I want to make sure that everybody gets to watch the Chicken and Garden Update. And I know that there are people who live in the Southern Hemisphere who watch what we're going through and go, well, our seasons are completely different. So anyway, however you're celebrating this week, I hope you have a peaceful and a happy one. Season's greetings, and I will see you next week for our final Chicken and Garden of 2024. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, on our Patreon page, or you can reach out to us using Mastodon or Blue Sky. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel using Patreon and YouTube, helping us cover our bills, pay our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers you can sign up for, from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just under $11 a year. We've had so many headaches with our credit list in the last few months. I'm sorry, it's been down to a non-functioning program we were using to pull the list out, but today's list has been manually generated, so please do let us know if you're not on there and should be. We are, after all, only human-ish. A huge welcome to our newest supporters: Steve Abernathy, Mike Nichols, Zach Kane, Philip Atkins, Kat, Rob Thomas, Ryan S., Laura, Jay Alor, Celia Gonzalez, France G. France, Nicole Huang, oh yeah, Pedro Huget, Duran Valentine, Winfred Gerlach, John Trindle, Sarah Hendrika Biketon, Edward Kufka, Stephen Beatty, Jonathan Rees, MJY, Owen Patrick, and Gail Jackson. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame. And remember, you can also now gift membership to someone else. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations. And we even have an old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at. The address is listed below. And if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store also in the down below. We've got some fantastic content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you very soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we also think that you should look at this one. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving!